All right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. Bitcoin. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has been moving. Sort of a net neutral, possibly net negative, all things considered. Was this manipulation? Where is Bitcoin going next? Like always, we're going to keep learning. We're going to talk about it. But first piece of news, cryptocurrency in the United States in 2020 just got bullish, even more bullish. The InterWork Alliance has just launched, featuring a collaboration between some of the top altcoin companies in the space and the top enterprises in the United States. And when I say cryptocurrency in the US, right now I don't mean on a government level, I mean on an enterprise level. This is a collaboration between cryptocurrencies like Chainlink, like Hedra Hashgraph, like Neo, some high-cap cryptos, along with businesses like IBM, ING, Microsoft, NASDAQ, major banks like UBS, also crypto companies like Web3 Labs. These and more include the launch members for InterWork Alliance, a network that was just launched today, with the sole goal of standardizing token-powered ecosystems in the United States and worldwide. Major collaboration between crypto and enterprise, so let's find out what problems they're trying to solve and what their plans are as a new alliance. Well, as of June 2nd, 2020, the InterWork Alliance, IWA, today formally launched operations as a platform-neutral, nonprofit organization dedicated to creating the standard frameworks needed to increase innovation across token-enabled ecosystems. So if the future will eventually be tokenized, and we're seeing this with digital dollars, we're seeing this with NBA players, the InterWork Alliance is that neutral organization that's going to help. It plans to help standardize the token-powered ecosystems of the future. So what's the problem? Well, distributed applications, I believe they mean dApps, decentralized applications, have the potential to disrupt global economics. That's a good thing. That's the truth. That's the future. The problem is the wide-scale availability of different platform types have stalled this future. They've stalled the web-scale adoption of tokenized assets. So the problem they're essentially trying to solve is that right now there is no standard. There's so many different types of platforms that if companies want to innovate, and I'm talking about the major companies like Microsoft, like NASDAQ, like ING, there's so many cryptocurrency enterprise solutions right now that it's hard to know what the future will hold. And experimentation is good. That's what's going to lead to the best ecosystem. We're going to find that out. But these companies are saying, let's team up together and sort of figure out some basic standards together. So what are they going to do? What is required is standardization at the business level, which would allow companies to be able to agree on distributed business models without choosing a platform first. The InterWork Alliance will set the standards for building distributed applications, including appropriate frameworks for tokenizing items of value, writing contracts over those tokens, and privacy-preserving analytics of multi-party data. And again, the launch members include major cryptos like Chainlink, Neo, Hedra Hashgraph, and then major companies like Microsoft, like R3. The list is right here. Let me throw some perspective at you. Generally, this is very, very positive, in my opinion, if you know what to expect. Sort of the wild, wild west of cryptocurrency is sort of ending as these enterprises start making rules. Now, as they standardize token-powered ecosystems, you can probably bet that with businesses, a lot of these cryptos will probably start to be permissioned. Maybe they'll lack privacy for the little guy. A lot of them will probably be centralized. We'll have to see. There's a webinar called Intro to the InterWork Alliance, Accelerating the Token Economy, at the end of this month, on June 22nd. I will be tuning in. I will keep you informed. Luckily, during all this, we have Bitcoin, which is truly a hedge, the most decentralized, the most censorship resistant. But these altcoins, on the other hand, they want enterprise adoption, so we'll see. There'll be trade-offs. It'll be interesting. In a direct quote from the InterWork Alliance president, companies want to be able to create token-based business models without having a platform technology in mind, meaning they want either interoperability or without having to commit to something when this tech is so new. Anyway, for this approach to work, standards are urgently needed around defining what a token is and how its contractual behaviors will work. Now, luckily, they do loosely define what they view a token is, and it's pretty general, but pretty accurate. Tokens enable users to define and exchange the use of anything in value, whether that value is digitally native, such as cryptocurrencies, or other forms of value, such as artwork, properties, loyalty points. So yes, the future artwork and property will probably be tokenized. But again, I am glad that they are differentiating cryptocurrencies from loyalty points, because why would loyalty points need a crypto? But again, they are differentiating, which is good. For an enterprise to exchange or use tokenized value, business partners first need to universally agree on how that token is defined and how its value will contractually unlock through the various agreements and clauses. Sounds like they're getting the lawyers involved. But as I get more information, I'll keep you updated. We are talking about the US government in crypto, Western Union MoneyGram in crypto, Bitcoin, of course, very volatile Bitcoin. Now, Western Union just made a major takeover offer to MoneyGram. And while MoneyGram is worth multi-millions, Western Union is way bigger, worth multi-billions. This is according to Bloomberg that financial giant Western Union has made an offer to purchase MoneyGram for their cross-border payment services. Now, as you know, Ripple bought a piece of MoneyGram, and MoneyGram is using Ripple, so this is relevant in the crypto space. Before we get to Bitcoin, let's talk about it. This was broken by Bloomberg June 1st, and if successful, this would combine two of the biggest money transfer companies in the United States. And to get specific, MoneyGram has a market cap of approximately $155 million, while Western Union is valued at roughly $8.2 billion. So if this acquisition does happen, this could be major for XRP, since in 5 corridors, MoneyGram is using XRP for cross-border payments. Now, as you may remember, Western Union, MoneyGram is using XRP because Ripple bought a piece of MoneyGram. Western Union tested out XRP and decided that it wasn't of value to them. And that was multiple years ago. So we're just going to have to wait and see what Western Union will do with the XRP corridors for MoneyGram. It's going to be whatever Western Union wants. They're the major company. They're the ones taking over. Next piece of news. The U.S. government has just put a $5 million bounty on Venezuela's head of crypto. This is the man responsible for the administration of the Petro crypto and is wanted by the U.S. government over allegations of money laundering and other crimes. So as you may remember, Venezuela adopted the Petro crypto so they could sort of maintain control and also evade U.S. sanctions globally. In fact, Venezuela last week received several shipments of gasoline from Iran, evading sanctions imposed by the United States with the Venezuelan crypto. It was the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is a division of the Department of Homeland Security, that put out the bulletin, made that guy a wanted man, and that gentleman is the chief of the National Superintendency of Crypto Assets, and now he is on the list of most wanted fugitives. So if you're a cryptocurrency going after the use case of money and you're centralized, it is a whole lot easier for the U.S. to shut you down. And they're trying that with Venezuela. Next piece of Bitcoin analysis. Was this manipulation? Where's Bitcoin's price heading next? I'm not a financial advisor. Manipulation-wise, it's sort of pretty obvious. Shorts, longs both got liquidated. The hodlers of Bitcoin really made out. But the question of where Bitcoin is headed next. In the short term, I think that has everything to do with where the S&P traditional markets, where they head. If traditional markets tank, they'll bring everything down with them. But also, another perspective, the Bitcoin market is about to get very interesting after Thursday's difficulty change. So pay attention to Bitcoin's move at the end of this week. Because ever since the Bitcoin halving on May 11th, investors have been fearing a widespread miner capitulation. Right? Miners now get half of the reward. The smaller miner, the fear is they will drop off. And we have been seeing this. And I did some research. And this past week, miners have sold 673 more Bitcoin than they were generated, which means they are capitulating. They're trying to sell to keep the lights on. And we are seeing capitulation from inefficient miners. But the interesting thing is prices are holding steady. If the price is holding steady, as we're watching miner capitulation, what do you think is going to happen when these miners are finally shaken out? You get what I'm saying? Potentially bullish in the short term if the prices are holding steady while they're selling. Once they stop selling, bullish. Many may see minor capitulation as a bearish sign, but analysts that are looking at the metrics are getting bullish because Bitcoin price has not been shaken amid this uncertainty. And in fact, in a few days, the difficulty adjustment changes again, making it a little bit easier for miners to stay in profit. All right, that's the video. Like always, see you tomorrow.